Let's talk about something that I don't discuss on this channel enough. Movies. More importantly, not crappy movies. But they're getting there. So, this is the Marvel Universe behind me. I pulled this off of Wikipedia. You can find this anywhere, but I'm just going to go through this really quickly. Iron Man, good film. Incredible Hulk. They tried again. I mean, after the Hulk, which was the Eric Bana one, which was awful, and when you make a movie with Jennifer Connelly boring, that's terrible. So you've made Jennifer Connelly boring. Bravo. And the second one, Liv Tyler. Really? You're going to keep taking the good-looking actresses and make sure they don't show up in more cinematic movies? Awful. Iron Man 2, I honestly never bothered with it. I've watched parts of Iron Man 2. It doesn't interest me at all. Mickey Rourke doesn't interest me as a villain. The whole race car thing doesn't interest me. I don't really care. I know it's the first appearance of Black Widow. I don't really care about that either. So, it's an iffy start for me with the cinematic universe. Then Thor came out. Thor is kick-ass. Thor might be my favorite. Okay? Thor might be my absolute favorite in that it just embraces the comic book mentality and anything's possible. And that's why Wonder Woman works too. I watched Wonder Woman yesterday. There's a review of that coming up, and I'll talk DC, because I'm not going to talk Marvel and then not talk DC, because it's interesting how different they are. Captain America was a win. I had not thought that the first Avenger, Captain America, I didn't think it was going to be any good. I legit didn't. Chris Evans was in it. I loved Chris Evans in Fantastic Four, but the fact that he had been in Fantastic Four told me, well, I don't know if he can pull a movie along on his own. I like the Fantastic Four movies. Nobody else did. But, yeah, Captain America was fantastic. Avengers was very good. The Avengers, of course, the highlight is Loki and Hulk. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That's the highlight of the movie. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's a moment. But as a film, I still would put Thor, Captain America, and the original Iron Man above the Avengers. I know it might be sacrilege, but for me, that's where I put them. Iron Man 3, good movie. Really enjoyed Iron Man 3. It got back to basics. It took Tony Stark apart, and that's what the movie needed to do. Thor: Dark World. I'm on the fence with Dark World in that I hate Natalie Portman's performances in these movies. And I think these movies took Natalie Portman off my oh god she's so hot list too. Do I have to listen to her speak for another 30 seconds? So for me, Thor: Dark World, I enjoy parts of it. It's a very ambitious movie. It tries to do something completely different. It fails on some level. But again, I love Loki, and I love how it advances his storyline. So would I watch it again? Yep. For Loki, I'll watch it again. And of course, you don't have to ask a woman twice to watch a movie with Tom Hiddleston in it. They want to watch it. A Winter Soldier was fantastic. I never got the gay undercurrent between Cap and his buddy until it was mentioned by people, and I'm like, maybe. I mean, it's comics, right? So nobody's allowed to be gay in comics. Not really. I mean, you know, Archie aside, in the Marvel and DC universe, it's still frowned upon. But it would kind of make sense that Bucky and Cap, I don't know. Would it destroy the movies if he was? No. Absolutely not. I think it's ridiculous when people have that debate. So, I didn't even see it. I can see it now when I watch it, but I don't really care. It was a great movie, and I could care less about that part of it. And Winter Soldier is a better Avengers movie than the second Avengers movie. Let's get on, shall we? Guardians of the Galaxy is fantastic. It is a flawless action movie. Don't even care if it's in the Marvel Universe. I don't care. It's a great movie. Guardians was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Anyways, well, cats fight near me. Guardians is a fantastic movie. It's flawless. Maybe the cats don't agree with me on that one. Who knows? But here's where there's a big no. I watched Avengers Age of Ultron in the theater. And I came out of it saying, so it should be called Avengers 30 Seconds of Ultron. The movie has almost nothing to do with Ultron. The movie is all about Captain America and Tony Stark don't really like each other. Steve isn't sure why he doesn't like Tony, and Tony isn't... And this is all stuff that could be hashed out if the two of them sat and talked. But why do that when you can have them fight each other anyways? Because we're setting up... Ant-Man. Never saw it. Ant-Man doesn't figure into the big picture. And here's my problem. You're getting into, what, 11 movies? 12 movies? I'm exhausted watching Marvel and trying to figure out where all this crap fits into each other. I'm tired of sitting through end credits so I can watch scenes after for Easter eggs on what's going on, and then it's something weird and it's a teaser and you're going, oh, so that's, who's that? And then you got to go home and research, why? Sometimes people go to see the crappy ones just because, oh, well, after the credits something happens. Oh, I got to go watch the crappy one. So Captain America Civil War takes place, and Captain America Civil War is the Avengers movie we should have had with Age of Ultron. This is where I start getting angry, because Civil War was fantastic. Amazing. So many wow moments, and I still don't understand why it's a Captain America movie and not Avengers, other than because they branded it that way. Well, we can't make this one Avengers because we just had an Avengers, so we'll call it Captain America, and we'll follow Captain America, but in the end, it's an Avengers movie. They're all in it. Anyhow, Doctor Strange, great movie, fantastic. Finally, they do something different. They get out and do something different. And they kick that door down and they decide to start dealing with all their alternate realities, which I'm sure we'll get into once Spider-Man's on the scene. Guardians 2. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't have an opinion, but I know from all the reviews I'm going to enjoy it. I watched Wonder Woman last night, so don't crucify me for this, but I haven't watched Guardians 2 yet. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. Spider-Man Homecoming, watch that in the theater. What a kick-ass movie. What a great movie. That was the Spider-Man movie. Amazing Spider-Man should have been that. Nothing against Andrew Garfield. Nothing against Emma Stone. Emma Stone is a fantastic actress. Crap movies. Crap movie. And then the second one, really? You're going to go with Electro? You've got this great bunch of villains you can use, and you use Electro? Who's playing Electro? Jamie Foxx? Oh, good. At least he won't ham it up. You know, we could have had a really good Kingpin storyline there, but whatever. If you want to see a good Kingpin storyline, you got to go watch the Netflix series where Marvel stuck all the characters that they didn't think anybody was going to give a damn about, like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. I tell you, those series are great. Oh, and then Iron Fist, so they got a crap on that too. Thor Ragnarok is out now. I haven't seen it yet. I do intend to see it. It looks great from the commercials. Looks like a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing what Hulk's been up to since he left the planet. So looking forward to see what's happened to him since he left the planet. And, maybe a little Planet Hulk tie-in. I haven't read any spoilers. I stay away from spoilers before I've seen a movie. This is why I'm doing this. And it's 8 minutes into the video before I really get into the meat of why I'm doing this. So they got Black Panther coming up next year. I don't care about Black Panther. He was a throwaway character thrown into an Avengers movie that I really don't care. I don't care if it's his origin story. I don't care. I don't. At all. I would rather see a Hawkeye movie, honestly. Give me a movie about Hawkeye and how he's not a superhero and he's just, he's a guy who's really good with a bow and arrow, and he's got to take care of his wife and kids, and he's got a regular life he has to balance with being a superhero. And get into something like that. Something about how he feels inferior compared to Iron Man and Hulk and Captain America, and what all these guys bring to the table compared to him. Do something about that. Have some fun with that. Or, I don't know, Black Widow? Where's the Black Widow movie? Oh, no, that won't sell. Apparently that's what marketing people think, that a movie based on a female superhero won't sell because they haven't sold before. Maybe it's because every female superhero movie either was all about how Halle Berry looked in her Catwoman costume without giving her a decent script, or it was something really, really cheesy like Supergirl, and it was just crap. So Wonder Woman, they made an actual good movie, finally. After years, decades of waiting for a Wonder Woman movie, we finally got one, and it's fantastic. Fantastic. Where's the Black Widow movie? It's not here. No, we get Avengers Infinity War. This is part of the reason why the Avengers series here, and I've got these lines marked each phase. So Thor Ragnarok isn't the end of the phase, it's just the end of the ones that have been released. The end of the actual phase is going to be down here when they hit Infinity War. And then the next phase, I think, starts with Ant-Man and the Wasp, or ends with Ant-Man and the Wasp, since Ant-Man is still in phase 2. I don't know. I don't really care. And Avengers Infinity War is going to be crap. And here's why. I don't care about Thanos. And you started teasing Thanos here. How many movies have we gone through before they're finally going to reveal Thanos? And I don't care. I've watched cartoons with Thanos. I'm not impressed. I'm more impressed with his daughters in Guardians than I am with him. I don't care. And the whole universe is going to blow up. Yeah, no, it's not. Because look, they got a bunch of movies out after. So we know he doesn't win. I don't care. This is the whole problem. Is that it's been after Thor became a huge hit, and Captain America, the first Avenger, this is when the bigwigs said, okay, we got to have a whole game plan for Marvel from here. Iron Man was a test, and it passed. Incredible Hulk was a failure. Iron Man 2 was a commercial success, but in terms of its actual progression of the storyline or any of it, it's just crap. But Thor is where they picked it up, and it got better. But again, I don't care about Infinity Stones. I knew at the first Infinity Stone what they were doing. I knew exactly what they were doing, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But holy crap, we're waiting a long time for Thanos. Yeah, I get it. A big purple guy in space is coming to kill them all. Awesome. Great. We go through all this PTSD New York crap. And I already don't care about this movie. Ultron did not perform as well as Avengers. The word of mouth with Ultron was bad. Ultron was a bad movie. And Infinity War, I'm not anticipating a great one either. They have so much stuff they have to get in there now. You have to get the Guardians in there. So now you have to have all the Avengers. The Guardians of the Galaxy have to be in this movie. Because Thanos is connected to them. You're going to have to put Spider-Man in. All of these characters. Doctor Strange. All of them are going to be in there. You have to get all the cameos in. It's going to be crap. So after that, you got Ant-Man and the Wasp. Well, I didn't watch the original Ant-Man. I'm sorry. I'm over all of this. I just don't care. So I don't know that I'm going to watch that one either. And those are all in 2018. Then Captain Marvel. I will watch Captain Marvel. That is one I will watch. That is the first time they're putting a woman into a lead role, and I want to see if Marvel's going to actually follow through on it. Or if Iron Man's just going to happen to show up. Hi, I'm Tony Stark. Hey! And then it'll all be about Tony trying to get in her pants. Because him and Pepper will have an argument over something, and he'll be trying to get a new girlfriend. Whatever. Then Avengers 4. Notice there's not much room in between Avengers and Avengers 4. So, if this becomes Infinity War 2, there's only a year in between them. So if the new Avengers flick that's in here is going to be a continuation of this one, I might kill myself. If I sit through 2.5 hours of cameos and overly stuffed dramatic crap to get to Thanos, I'll be back, and then to be continued, I will be very angry. Followed by Spider-Man 2, also in 2019. Don't mess it up. You just got Spider-Man back. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. And then Guardians 3 in 2020. Here's where your problem starts to come in. So this is why they have 3 more in 2020 as well they haven't named yet. Here's where your problem starts to come in. So you've got your amazing story here of how everything began. Everything begins here. Fantastic. Everything begins here. Fantastic. Everything comes together here. Nice moment of all of these Avengers together. You've got a nice story here of how the Guardians become the Guardians. You've got Doctor Strange coming in here. That's interesting. But now you're starting to get into sequel hell. And the further into sequels you go, the more cartoonish they get. Everybody gets mad about Batman and Robin, and I understand. But between the first Batman and Batman Returns, which has Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, there's already some cartoony segments getting in there and some kind of slapstick moments getting in there. Batman Forever, where Val Kilmer comes in, it's even more so. With each movie that passes, it gets harder and harder to make a comic book movie work. You know, Batman Begins, dark, brooding, serious. Dark Knight was... I didn't really enjoy it much myself, but I know other people think it's this tremendous classic. And then The Dark Knight Rises, which has... Bane is laughably bad and almost impossible to understand, and the ending makes no sense. The ending, and I know there's people who defend it, makes no sense. As comic book movies go along, they get more ridiculous. Superman's great. Superman 2, great, fantastic movie. Superman 3, really? You're Richard Pryor? Superman 4, oh, you're going to fight on the moon? No. So, it's a slippery slope, I think, that Marvel finds themselves on, because at some point, somewhere, people are going to stop going to see them. And it could happen at Captain Marvel. I don't know that they can build Captain Marvel up like they built up Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch himself helped sell that movie. I don't know that Captain Marvel has that ability. Which is why I expect Tony Stark to get shoehorned in there. I expect Steve Rogers to get shoehorned in there. I expect something to get shoehorned in there. Like, oh look, it's part of the Marvel universe. Look, we're still Marvel. And that's what drives me nuts. So Marvel, to me, I think, is starting to telegraph these out too far. And this list shows that I just can't watch all of them. I don't care. And I know Ant-Man's a good movie. I don't care. I just don't. And I never watched Guardians 2 because I was just burned out when that one came out. I was like, I just watched Doctor Strange. I just watched Civil War. I don't want to watch more Marvel. And all of the movies are really long. Doesn't help. And sometimes they feel long. Like Ultron felt like a really long movie. Halfway through the movie, I'm like, holy crap, we've got another hour and some to go. Oh, wow. I don't know if I can do this. So, Marvel dives. In my eyes, they dive. Absolutely. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. In terms of, is Marvel on the right track? Am I just old and crotchety at this point and I don't get it? Or is this so telegraphed so far in advance that eventually people are just going to tune it out and the movies aren't going to make as much money? And how far can they push this before we get another reboot? Because eventually Robert Downey Jr. is going to be too old to be Tony Stark. And we're almost there now. Robert Downey Jr. is my age. A little bit older. So we're getting to a guy who's about 50 being Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is aged exceedingly well. He's a great actor. He's fantastic at it. But at some point, you have to recast Tony, which means after all of these are done, we get to start all over again. So let me know what you guys think. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.